Like these pictures of her sitting with these small groups of women and people as if she deserves to be sat there. And I'm going to keep it honest. She has done nothing to deserve sitting there. She married a prince, is what she did. She was on a...
Something about Meghan Markle's Australia trip has the internet side-eyeing hard right now.
Australian viewers of the Mark Dolan show don't want to see Harry and Meghan. The reason why it went down well in 2018, Paul, is because the Australian public didn't know Meghan Markle very well. Well, they know her now. And what do they know her to be? A gold-digging grifter.
I love it.
New photos and clips started circulating, and people immediately noticed what they think is a very different vibe compared to the polished image usually seen in public.
Like all narcissists, true malignant narcissists, they never admit that they're wrong. Mm-hmm. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always the rest of the world doesn't understand them, or it's why Meghan's constantly reintroducing herself to us and like telling us her story over and over, because she thinks that this time is the one that'll stick and we will all change our minds and come to realize how wonderful she is and that she should be the Queen of England.
One moment especially blew up online. Meghan was photographed interacting with a young girl, but social media focused on her expression, with some viewers calling it awkward or cold.
They think somehow that Australians are a little naive, a little easy to skin as far as flogging her as ever merchandise. I think she thinks we're, hicks down under that won't see through it all and be just so honoured that she's graced us with her.
Others pointed out that the interaction itself seemed a little forced, especially as Prince Harry tried to keep the moment upbeat.
There's no pseudo royal visit. They don't even have a charity. This is all just a private money-making...
Then another clip showed Meghan leaning in for a hug, and that only fueled more debate. People started questioning whether these moments felt genuine or carefully staged for cameras.
These two are literally living a fantasy now. Just rack off. That's what furious Australians are going to be saying to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle after this astonishing leak has just proved that the couple have been lying about the security costs on next week's fake royal tour.
Of course, photos never tell the full story, and clips online can be misleading. But when the same reactions keep repeating across social media, people start paying attention fast.
From living in a palace, and she does this model walk coming in, right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip, with the light flashing on either side of her to make her look like a runway model.
She loves the attention too. You can just tell she has to take it in. Like, oh, keep it together, Meghan. They love you. They love you, Meghan.
Now I have to tell.
Now the conversation is getting even bigger because people aren't just reacting to photos anymore. A video clip from the trip started spreading online, and viewers quickly pointed out that one of the children involved seemed uncomfortable and disengaged.
Was terrible. What is this? Is this Meghan and Harry in the middle of what? Nothing. This is not AI. This is no people in here waiting for them. No crowds. They have these barriers, like they were expecting, I don't know, hundreds of people to flood the streets of Sydney and be excited about, there's gonna be the sausages in there, but no, nothing.
Then another detail sparked even more debate. Reports online claimed masks were worn earlier during the visit, but later removed once Harry and Meghan appeared.
This is just a cash grab. They want to bring whatever it is that they bring. And look at it, they are no longer royal adjacent. They are not qualified psychologists. And as far as we can see, they aren't even the philanthropists they attest to be, because we haven't seen any donor.
That instantly raised questions, especially since some of the children were reportedly dealing with health issues. People started comparing this trip to previous hospital visits where Meghan had been seen wearing masks, and suddenly the internet was connecting dots everywhere. At this point, critics are saying the whole trip feels overly staged and carefully managed for cameras. Supporters think people are overanalyzing everything, but once authenticity becomes part of the conversation, every new clip gets viewed differently. And then things escalated again when Meghan appeared on MasterChef Australia, because the reaction to that introduction alone was enough to send social media into another debate.
Weren't happy, or Meghan, I would say this is her rather than Harry, was never going to be happy with just being a side character, a supporting actress, if you like, to use the analogy from her previous life, to Catherine. She was always going to want to be the leading actress in the drama of the royal family. Her ambition is such that she couldn't compromise, Angela. And as you will know,
Meghan's MasterChef Australia appearance only made the internet louder. She was introduced with huge energy as the Duchess of Sussex, but online reactions were way more divided. Some viewers said the whole entrance felt overly dramatic, almost like a red carpet moment instead of a casual TV appearance. People even started analyzing camera angles and group photos, claiming everything looked carefully staged to keep the focus on her. Then came the bigger question: why was she even there?
Being an Australian and watching the royal family, being part of that gilded cage, living within that life does require some compromise on your own personal ambitions, doesn't it? That's what she got wrong.
That's absolutely right. And it requires teamwork. It requires understanding the institution of the monarchy. And, you know, it's just ridiculous of her to have said that she didn't understand what she was getting into. She was massively supported, much more supported than Diana was back.
Reports suggested the appearance may not have been about money at all, but more about visibility and staying relevant. And while that's common in entertainment, critics immediately jumped on it because the Australia trip already looked packed with public appearances.
You sent me these photos that you saw, and I was kind of shocked. A lot of images coming in about how Meghan acts when she doesn't think anybody's looking, including this one as well. Look how I mean, to be fair, I don't like being at the airport either. That's a long flight. But man, does she look pissed, no? Yeah. Including this one as well. Look how I mean, to be fair, I don't like being at the airport either. That's a long flight. But man, does she look pissed, no?
That's why some people online started calling the whole thing a publicity move disguised as a casual stop. Others defended her, saying people were reading way too deeply into normal TV production. But once social media locks on to the idea that something feels performative, every little detail suddenly becomes another debate. That MasterChef appearance seriously split the internet.
Suits, that wasn't even popular that much until it reran on Netflix and she disowned it. She was a deal or no deal model. Like, this woman did nothing. She's done some charity. Okay, maybe I could give her. So have most of the world. What on earth? Expertise, life experience. She's done nothing to be paraded around like this faux royal expert. It really frustrates me the more and more.
And to be fair, it's a massive show with a strong reputation, so this wasn't some random cameo. But people online kept asking the same thing. Why did this appearance feel so important during an already packed Australia trip? Once reactions started rolling in, things got brutal fast. Some viewers said the appearance completely ruined the vibe of the show for them, while others thought the backlash was way over the top. And honestly, that's the bigger pattern now. Every Meghan and Harry appearance instantly turns into a full internet debate. One side thinks the criticism is unfair. The other thinks everything feels overly polished and carefully managed for attention.
Source, who works within the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne, has revealed that when Meghan arrived, she said, "Let's make this quick." And as my source told me, such a humanitarian, not then the acting started. Acting of her pretending to care.
That's why the conversation never dies. Every event creates reactions, the reactions create more clips, and suddenly the entire internet is arguing again. At this point, even simple public appearances become part of a much bigger discussion about celebrity image, authenticity, and whether these moments feel genuine or staged. At the end of the day, whether people support Meghan Markle or criticize her, one thing is undeniable: she stays in the spotlight. Every appearance, every interview, and every viral clip just keeps the conversation going.
He looks upset. If those are all over the internet, and I said, if that is the trip from Australia, and I don't know that it is or isn't, but it doesn't really matter what trip it is, she'd be giving somebody the stink eye.
I'll tell you why, because they did all this for photo ops. They don't care about anything else.
Correct.
And so they put all these kids, health in jeopardy and use them as props. They are using these sick kids as props. It infuriates me, Sue. Do you share that?
But now the debate has moved beyond simple public appearances. A lot of online commentary is focused on how Meghan presents herself, especially when criticism enters the picture. Some viewers feel she's constantly framed as a victim, while supporters argue she's been unfairly targeted for years. Then there's the conversation around her projects. Critics online claim some of her media ventures didn't live up to expectations, and now they're questioning why major platforms still keep bringing her in for appearances like MasterChef Australia.
They're doing this trip to make money, to get attention, and I want to play another clip that's been making the rounds.
We've had MasterChef royalty in the kitchen before, but no one like this. Please welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
What? Oh my God! Royalty, Sue! Oh my God, like, I'm sorry. So she's now resorting to reality star judge.
She went.
Her past acting career also keeps getting dragged back into the discussion, with some people arguing she wasn't a major global star before joining the royal family. Others completely disagree and say her visibility naturally grew over time. And now, even charity appearances are being questioned, with critics wondering whether certain public moments feel genuine or carefully staged for cameras. One of the biggest things people keep debating is the cameras.
Source says a friend of mine is absolutely furious. She paid all that money and was promised a whole weekend full of fun, food, drinks, activities, only to find out Meghan stayed for 30 minutes. The guest was reportedly left confused as to what happening and with expectations on far more access to the Duchess.
Critics say the constant filming makes certain charity moments feel more focused on publicity than the actual cause. Supporters argue media attention helps bring awareness, so they don't see the issue.
Formed in concrete now. I don't think he's capable of pivoting. I think he and his wife truly see the world through the lens of victimhood. I think they love it. I think they love being martyrs. I don't understand what you think is appealing about.
That split is exactly why the conversation keeps growing. Then there's the speculation about business deals and media projects. Online rumors claim some partnerships may be slowing down, which has led people to wonder if Meghan and Harry are shifting strategy and leaning harder into public appearances to stay visible.
Moaning when you live in a mansion that has 14 bathrooms worth $14 million. Harry, so per this source, feels the quasi-royal life is great for him, even though he says in Australia, I hated being a royal and it killed my mother. Well, which is it? It can't be both. And then Meghan, it's the utter thumping boredom of the narcissist.
Whether that's true or not, one thing is obvious. The attention around Meghan hasn't faded at all. Every headline, every clip, every appearance instantly becomes another internet debate. And now, after this Australia trip, the reactions feel louder than ever.
Man, Meghan looks a lot different when she thinks the cameras aren't watching.
What started as a few clips from the Australia trip has now turned into a full internet storm. Every appearance, every interaction, and every camera moment keeps getting analyzed nonstop. At this point, people aren't even debating one specific clip anymore. They're debating the overall pattern.
It went down well in 2018, Paul, is because the Australian public didn't know Meghan Markle very well. Well, they know her now. And what do they know her to be? A gold-digging grifter.
Critics think everything feels overly managed and designed for attention, while supporters argue that's just what celebrity life looks like today. And because social media moves so fast, every reaction instantly becomes another headline. One awkward moment turns into thousands of comments, reposts, and debates overnight. Of course, short clips never tell the full story, and online narratives can spiral quickly. But fair or not, the spotlight around Meghan and Harry feels bigger than ever right now. So what do you think? Are these moments being unfairly overanalyzed, or does the whole trip feel a little too staged for cameras? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more celebrity drama breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the internet never stays quiet for long.